Hi friends, great to see you again with another exciting story. This is an interesting story about one of the restaurants that I've experienced a different kind of service. About 15 years back, I was in Hyderabad and I was actually talking to a good friend of mine, and he was telling me, now that you are here in Hyderabad, why don't you go and have food in this particular hotel called Paradise, which is in Secunderabad. So I was so curious to know what is so special about this particular hotel. So he asked me, did you check the newspaper today? So I just opened it. He said to go to the Times, Hyderabad Times paper, look at page 3. So I looked at it. I saw there was a news column. It said Rahul Gandhi visited Paradise Hotel. I was a little more curious to know about it. Then I immediately asked him, okay, so it's such a great hotel, is it? Okay, what do we get in this particular hotel? He said, amazing biryani, you'll get it. So I said, okay, let me just try and taste it. And he also told me something more about it. The friend who was referring about all this hotel is a pure vegetarian person, but he was actually advocating this particular hotel and for me to go and have wonderful biryani. So he was asking me, do you know what is the background of this particular hotel? I said no. He said it was started close to about 70-80 years back and is very famous. People take biryani in the flight. And he also said the particular person who is the chef in the particular hotel, he gets paid close to about 2 lakh salary. Those days it was a big money. And then this particular chef comes every single day in a Tata Sumo car with 2 security guards. So that's how he was actually explaining about the whole thing. So being a person who's very fond of biryani, I said, okay, fine, let me just go and taste it. So when I visited, I was actually asking my friend also to accompany me, and both of us went. We went there, we saw the huge building. There was a multi-story building, and in the ground floor, it is actually a takeaway counter. So when I went inside, I saw the board and the biryani price and all that, and one particular biryani cost was close to about 120 rupees. So my job is basically not to go pick up those takeaway food. So we have decided to dine there. So I asked them, is there any other restaurant there? He said, sir, why don't you go to the first floor? So when he went to the first floor, it was not an AC restaurant, it was a non-AC restaurant, but so crowded, so many people were there inside that hotel. We are definitely sure we will not be able to get any seat there. So what happened? I was asking the particular person, the manager in that particular floor, is there any other AC restaurant? He said, why don't you go to the next floor? So while I was climbing the next floor, I saw the billing counter and I was looking at the billing amount which was displayed on the screen. Now here, the biryani, one plate was, I think, close to about 160 rupees. So we went to the AC restaurant. Again, it was fully crowded. As soon as I reached there, I saw a server, a person was coming close to me and asked me, how many of you? I said, 2 of us. He said, why don't you come? So we had to accompany him. We went close to him, and that guy was actually escorting us towards a table where there were 4 or 5 people who were actually eating it. And I'm sure you will not like it when somebody is eating and you have to go stand next to it. It doesn't really look good. So I said, no, it's a little odd. Why don't you suggest me, is there any other place where we can go and sit? He said, why don't you go to the next floor? So we went to the next floor. It was a very beautiful setup. It's like a garden. The person who was actually serving, all the servers were actually dressed beautifully in a different kind of a suit. All of them were really exciting, and we could find a sofa, and we sat there when we had this wonderful food. And after all that, we got the bill. And to our surprise, the same biryani that was served in the ground floor as a takeaway was 120, which is now I had to pay close to about 380. So in that particular day, I had some amazing lessons as well, some business lessons. That is what this channel is all about. So what is the lesson that I picked up? So if you add value to your product, for every single value addition, you have to ask for more money, or the clients, the customers will be definitely willing to pay more money to you. So the message here is, if you look at the same biryani at the ground floor, it was 120, first floor maybe 160, maybe the second floor, I didn't check the price, maybe it could be 200, but on the tap, fine dining, it was costing us 380 bucks. So my dear friends, if you are in your product or service, if you are into value addition, if you add more value to your product or services, the customer would definitely be interested in paying you more. Thank you very much.